Welcome everyone. After a bit of technical difficulties involving the color blue and the screen, we're ready for the next run of this marathon. We're going ahead. We'll be heading over to Rayman 3 HoodlumHavok Speedrun by Nandii, and we won't be doing just any percent like I mentioned earlier. But we're gonna do the all Teensies category after a generous donation from one of our members. So I hope you I hope you enjoy. And I'm gonna throw it over to Nandii right here.
The differences between any percent and all Teensies are mostly because we have to go out of our way to get 60 gauges that are in the game, and mostly in any percent we just skip through all the levels. What I'm gonna explain on how we are going to do that. But first of all, the first thing you probably notice is that I'm playing on Italian. And the thing with Italian language in this game is that there is a 10-second cutscene in the first 4 minutes of the game that we can skip by only using the Italian language. And the voice acting is so bad, so that we just have to survive this for 1.5 hours. So basically, the story of this game is it goes after Rayman 2. In Rayman 2, he loses his hands or something, and Murphy is still here, the most annoying frog in game, and he's gonna explain us through the game through the official game manual that once upon a time there were lumps. One of the lumps became black, and he scared all the red lumps. Now, all the red lumps turn into hoodlums. The world is in great danger. So we have to...
A proposito, ho dimenticato di dirti, ogni tua azione ti fa segnare dei punti.
And we have Murphy's now gonna explain about the combo meter that this game has, and one of the tricks that we use in the speedrun is to have the lowest amount of scores possible, because after every screen we get a reward menu, and every 25% of the score you can get in a screen gets you a star. Star loses 1 second. So first of all, the most important movement, roll off those mushrooms. And now we're going for our first trick in the game. It's going to be a super jump. Super jump is basically you walking off a ledge, walking off an edge of a platform, clipping for a certain amount of frames in the platform, which gives you height. And because this game is 60 FPS, and I'm playing on NTSC, nice. And because I'm playing on NTSC, because NTSC is faster than PAL, just because of 60 Hz over 50, you can get a lot of height. It is pretty neat. So now we use the Italian language and we're stuck with it. So have fun with spaghetti voice acting.
Ehi, guarda, un interruttore! Ad ogni colpo, attiva un meccanismo! Guarda, dei salvadanai! Non sono indovino, ma ho idea che contengano qualcosa.
So what you saw me doing there, you saw me going into a certain place on this level. And that's because this game has normal camera placements and fixed camera placements. And we have to go, when we go into the fixed camera place, we need to break out of it to make sure it works correctly. Because otherwise the glitch I just did doesn't work. The super jumps are a returning theme in this game because this is the most used glitch to break this game. There are a lot of varieties. Yes, for some we use the snapshot mode, and for some not, etc. First try, nice. This is a really good fairy council for my standards. Top 5, nice. So, like I said, there are different varieties of the camera buffered super jumps. Because you have the camera buffered super jump, you have the normal super jump, you have the extended normal super jump, you have the extended camera buffered super jump, you have strafeless super jumps, strafeless extended super jumps, you have mid-air super jumps, you have mid-air extended super jumps, what most people call moonlights, and you have even more glitches to bring to this game. You're gonna see them all because you all donated for Teensies. So to head up on the story of this game, Glowbox, that blue guy, aids Andre. Andre is the black llama they were talking about in the story. So now we have to bring Glowbox to a doctor in Clear Forest to get him out of it. Get it out of him. But first of all, you have to go through an LSD portal.
Darà di sicuro delle abitudini riprovevoli a Glowbox. Ci si rivede in Rayman 4.
Like, this is so color hydrated. This is basically a portal. In the game, they call it a Teensie highway. It's pretty cool, but mostly because of the music. But you can't really optimize these stages because it's basically an auto-scroller. The only way we can optimize this is because is with getting the lowest amount of score, so under 25%. And you can hold A in these screens because every time you go off a platform, you do half a A press, and every time you do like these little tricks by holding A, you go 3 frames further than a normal jump. So we're trying to find a route with the most amount of jumps. What saves around, I think, maybe 10 seconds over all the Teensie highways, because there are 3 of them. And Fairy Council is done. So that means the run is finally going to start and split between any percent and all Teensies. In the first screen of Clarity First, you're not gonna see it that much. Because the second cage that we normally don't get in any percent is on the route. So we can get that really easily. So first of all, I'm gonna kill the left hoodlum. Round. Now the camera buffered extended super jump. Focus right here to get the cage. Then kill the invincible hoodlum here. Hit a key trigger. And then hit this Teensie to get the Teensie count and hit another key trigger. So that we can go to the second part of this level because there's a loading zone in between. Need to get all the key triggers for the loading zone to start. Also, what you saw right there is a glide walk. When you hold the first person mode and the jump button at the same time, and press the snapshot button, what is D-pad right, you get in a certain state where the game thinks you're standing down. And when you're mid-air, the game just allows Rayman to clip through walls, certain walls and stuff. So I got all the key triggers. Second part. I'm gonna do like a little setup. Save 2 seconds. Because there's a little dance animation that starts after you kill all these hoodlums. But if you jump straight into the cutscene trigger for this cutscene, you don't get the dance animation. So you just heard me mashing here, and not anymore. That's because we need to hit, like, for me at least, you need to hit the first frame of this waterfall section, otherwise you fall a little bit down, and then the game just stops at a key point. So that you don't, like, the harder you mash, the faster you go. Here's the first major difference. Because of any percent, we do a camera buffered extended super jump on that box there. Now we need to go out of our way to get a few. Oh. 5. Oh, that's not it. On. There we go. Now we need to go behind this door. Get this cage. Here. Yeah. Again. Go fully out of bounds. On a platform here, yes. Cage and go back. We're not trying to stand on the platform there because for some odd reason the cutscene is just breaks at a certain point where you're not on the platform you're supposed to be. Seconds. Oh. I'm gonna try to kill these two at the same time. The door opens. Cage. Setting up the roll. Now we just have to wait. Because we're going on this piggy bank. Wait for the power to run out. And do another super jump. Up here. And what's coming up next in Clearly Forest 3, there's a really, it's not major, but there's a really difficult trick coming up, but it's only useful in all Teensies. Saves around 15 seconds. It's a really precise glide walk, because you have a really small platform to stand on. Here. Get this gauge. Wait for an audio cue so that I can roll. Your movement stops when these cinematics play. But when you roll, it just finishes the roll during the cutscene. Kill this hoodlum. Kill this hoodlum. Go up here. Go glide walk. Go on that certain window. Turn around. And my camera just works. I had it first try, that's... There we go. Second try, still good. Now we go into first person mode during the cutscene, because then you have an invincible Rayman. So now now it's a race against the clock. Because we can skip a cycle if we use this part extremely fast. This guy, get this cage. Go up here, break the door. There we go. Now we need one more cage. And that's the cage right here, what I normally forget. So, kill this guy, kill this cage. So, really precise camera. And we skipped the boss fight. So that was Clearly Forest. In under 16 minutes. Really good. Yeah, sure.
Presto, Rayman! Devo andare a farmi curare!
Yeah, thank you. I'm doing my own way for November, as that's just not shaving for a month. There's no shave November. So, coming up next, after this Teensie highway, is something I would like to call a playable camera mode, also known again found by HoodlumHavok. But basically, when we load up the next section or screen, we can hold the snapshot mode. And the snapshot mode will be on during the cutscene. What means that we can use that to our advantage. Because when we get a power-up, it gives us a certain timer. But because the snapshot mode is overlaying the timer, the game thinks that we have no timer, which gives us infinite power-up. It's kind of neat. You can use that in 2 other phones just to get out of bounds. Because there's one power-up in this game that gives us a helicopter instead of a chopper. Nice jump. I'm holding D-pad right now. Can do funny stuff with it. I could just zoom in on Ramon's scared face.
Non ne voglio sapere. Andate a fare le vostre porcherie altrove.
So the trick, keep this menu up, is to every time we press yes, to have the cursor on no. Or I mean, every time we press A, we need to have the cursor on no. Because if we press yes, we break out of this state. We still. We're gonna see this trick one more time, but then for a longer period of time in an even more difficult section. And a more difficult way to get it as well. Gonna go back to that when we're there. Gonna take a while still. So, E-trigger, kill this boyo, like I said. This one. Now we have all the key triggers we need. Now we only need this cage. And there are hidden cages. One of the hidden cages is gonna be opened up in a really fun way. I like to call this chain storage. I'm gonna explain it afterwards. So, when we hold the focus mode in, what's the R button? And we get onto a chain, but let go of it, the game thinks you're still focusing on something. And it picks the closest thing, whatever it is, you can focus on, what is not that chain. What is the cage underground? So we can just do a curved punch into the hole to get the cage. Also, first instance of Moonlight. This trick is actually really difficult because you're doing it with piranhas going on as well. There we go, 4th try. This trick only saves time when you get it in between the first. Because it's not really a big optimization compared to walking. Also, easiest optimization in this game. Hold A. You save 2 seconds. And now we are trying to move around a death barrier. Because there is a Teensie cage here, but there's also a death barrier. And I got the death barrier. Heck. Now I have to do this in a whole different way. Ledge. I'm gonna do this super fast. Good enough. Still bad that I got that barrier. Grab this cage. Kill this boyo. Nandii, he doesn't have to. The only thing we have to do is flip into Rezo's map. We do so with a Blood Bolt. Go. So there are 2 more Teensie cages left in this stage. This and one is in the mansion and the boss fight. But got the first one. It's actually really cool. Because we still have to clip into the loading zone for the boss fight. For the second phase. We activate person mode. Do a glide walk on this wall. Wait till Rayman's. Dropping. Jump. There we go. So, about this boss fight, we have been discussing a lot. If this stage is RNG or is because of patterns. Because certain patterns can give certain outcomes. We're still not sure. The only thing that is sure is that it sucks. This is a good camp. H. Good. 27 flat. Good.
Finalmente siamo arrivati nella landa.
So,
Comunque qui è...
easiest cage in game.
Ma
Jump.
aspettavo che la landa fosse... Tu sei piena di fantasmi, invece no. Che sciocco.
Che sciocco! Che sciocco! Povero scemo! Devo andare a terrorizzare i miei pronipoti!
So basically for now is just the same thing again where I need to get a keep. Because we need to spawn the lost cage. It can be kinda tricky, because we need to get every key point. And one of the key points is getting the green can. And we need to use the green can for that final platform. This glow box has to follow us till the end. Ooh, that's a good plum. Good plum. Glow box has to drink a barrel of plum juice at a part of this section, because otherwise the hoodlums and the Teensie cage at the end don't spawn. And we can use the barrel to our advantage. Jump on this. So we need to kill these windows. And we need to kill this fly swatter. But it's a really annoying one. Setting up for her. Okay. So now we have all the key points to get the lost key. Oh. Get it. So now we're going on this peak. Backward. Go out of bounds yet again. So coming up next is going to be a really weird trick, and that's pushing ourselves against a wall, manipulating this hoodlum to go on it, and jumping against the wall and pressing A on the same frame. We get hit by the bullet. Now we have to hit key triggers again. Because we need to, first of all, trigger this cutscene. Then we need to wait for Glowbox to drink this. So again, we can use this advantage. Now the Teensie cage has a hit. Also, game developers being dumb. You can basically just piggyback. Skip that. So there for this stage, there's a really minor optimization, and that's to wait. Eh? Okay, if any of the Rayman peeps is watching, or anyone, can somebody please clip that? I need to see what happened there. So, basically, if Rayman gets it to the ratio of the hoodlum on the bridge, it's supposed to not open the gate, but it was way down. So how did the trigger... How did he not open the gate? Oh. Go all the way down. Get on a certain place. Look at the boy. And we can go back. And we can hit 2 spinal platforms at a time if we do it correctly. You're good at this game. Now I have to bring this plum all the way to the end. And kicking it closer. Carrying it. You can also punch it, like... So now, we got all the cages. There are actually 61 cages in this. 61 Teensies we can rescue. But the last one is not in a cage, so we don't count that. And it doesn't give you a mark that you got it. So now we are going to restart the level. And we're gonna do that gate opening majiggerish on purpose. There we go. So we need an audio cue there to hit a certain movement. To do a certain movement pattern. Our trick. Need to do this with a time. In a certain amount of time. First try. Oof. So as you see, Glowbox is drinking the plum juice. And we need to get out of bounds before he finishes the plum juice, because then a cutscene starts and we lose 25 seconds. Also another beautiful boss fight area. What you're going to see next is something I can probably explain already. There are 2 types of fists you can throw. You have a powered fist and neutral fist that you can charge in between. 2 half charged fists are faster than a fully charged fist. So you're going to see me doing some weird ass patterns throughout this fight sequence. Also, get out of bounds. 1, 2. Oh. Okay. Going to the loading zone.
Oh no, questa volta non ci vado, ho paura dei dottori.
So, where we are in the story. Glowbox is almost 3. We just hit the 2nd Doctor's Zone. And they fully found a way to get him. That's why bringing him to the last Doctor and working together to get Andre out of his stomach. Also, fun fact, if you remember this game, you probably know the enemy that is coming up after the highway. What is the Karen? The Karen are scary for a PG game. Fun fact, the first time I fully finished this game was when I started speedrunning it. So that's like 2 years ago. It's almost my 2-year anniversary for this game. Having 2 world records is pretty good. Because I have the world record for this category and for the no tint category. And I'm only 7 seconds behind the world record for any run category for this game. So we're almost at the end of the area of this Teensies highway. Then we're going into Desert of the Canary 1. And this is the extended playable camera mode I was talking about. This is one of the hardest tricks in all Teensies. Because we have to chopper through certain sections for a really long time. We have to stay out of bounds for good.
Brucia, presto, all'ombra.
There's a frame perfect trick there, let's say 2 seconds. Where you can get you can move faster. If you do it 1 frame earlier, you it gives you 2 extra seconds before you spawn in. Mode, wait for walk, light walk. Now we're going all the way up against this wall. So we can grab this. Right to that. Can't. Do super jump here because it's faster. And now the hard part. I did it a bit safe because it's a marathon, but it's still really difficult. Because we have to press the snapshot mode on the same frame we hit the cage. But now we're going out of bounds. Fall all the way down. So right here. Now we see the trigger for the level. No! That's not good, that's not good. That's not good at all. That's not good at all. Now we have to do this glitchless. It's gonna lose like a lot of time. It's gonna lose a lot of time. Around a minute or something. This would normally be an instant reset. For being 40 minutes in, it's a pain. I'm mad. But it's okay. kind of expected to happen. Also, fun fact, we call this place the Nut of Shame. Or the Hall of Shame. Because in every category you skip past it. Except for glitchless. But glitchless is...
Rayman, sono qui!
Okay. Click through. Go right here for the cage. Rayfus, sidewalk. Get up here. Cage as soon as possible because we're gonna do the dance. The other boyos are helping. And now we're going up, and we have.
Ehi, non c'è qualcuno che ha dello sciroppo per la tosse?
This stage is gonna be really fast-paced. It has a really precise move. It's kind of long because we need 5 cages stage, but it's the biggest amount of Teensies in one level.
Vi divertite molto a prendervela con uno tutto solo.
The one with the biggest amount is one of the last levels. What has 6. Also, what you saw me doing earlier, I jumped over a cutscene trigger, which saves 4 seconds. So now we're gonna overlap. This is actually pretty fun. We're gonna overlap Teensies. Can I hear both songs at the same time? If we did this earlier, the cutscene just waits. Also, you're probably wondering, because I'm doing these tricks in so many places, if it is possible everywhere. And the answer is no. You actually can't. It is really dumb. But it gives... But it just makes strat finding more fun for you, to be honest. You can't do it everywhere. We're still trying to find new strats. And we rarely do strat finder races even. We did one last year with the number 1, number 2, and number 4 for this game. So me, Alexis, and Ripshark. And those outcomes were really, really nice. We're gonna do one next year, this year as well. Up. And a stupid jump. Coming up next is a cutscene. A great time for my boy Boxmeister to say stuff while I'm getting a glass of water because my throat is a bit dry. We can join the chat. Five. Get some water, and then I'm gonna explain about the boss fight.
Spostatevi, è mio. Hai l'aria sveglia, straniero. Bene. Mi piace la gente sveglia. Il loro cervello è più buono. Ora vedremo come te la cavi nell'arena del destino.
Ehi Rayman, sono qua! Silenzio! Cucù! Ho detto silenzio! Ma è il mio amico! Puoi stare zitto, stupido raspa! Reflux è il mio campione e nessun clan l'ha mai sconfitta!
Nobody stole that.
Credi tu che
Or
un
heard that.
aborto smembrato possa sfidarlo?
So,
Sono certo che il tuo amico brillerà
Reflux.
nell'arena quando Reflux gli
There
darà
is a way to go all the way through this boss
incominci!
without any long cycles, as we like to call it. The trick is called a zero cycle. We basically have to do a heck ton of them. By just mashing. And that's not that one. Also, you're probably thinking, there are red cans level, why don't you grab the red cans? And that's because neutral fists do more damage. For some reason. It's kinda handy. I gotta save some time from the Nut of Shame back, because in my PB, I got a long cycle on this part. I lost a lot of time. Good. Come here. Work. Come on. There we go. Perfect. Perfect fight.
Puoi stare zitto! Riballo testa di rapa ed infilza col tuo stecchino!
Mi chiedo che tipo di potere ti ha dato il Tetris.
Nice. That's a really difficult one. I didn't say anything at all. I was just like, yep, I'm gonna try this, and I'm gonna get it. And I got it. That's good. So, you're probably thinking there's a Teensie cage there, and I'm just walking further. Oh, this is the first case of backtracking. Because I'm gonna do this. Frick, there's...
No, no, no! Niente mi farà muovere da
It doesn't matter, I'm just going to continue.
Reflux e Andrea
Don't ask me what happened, please.
hanno rubato lo scettro di Gonzi, il re bambino dei Dignaren.
So, where were we? Okay. We got to the third doctor. Andre just got loose and stole the scepter of the Lapsus. So now we have to follow Andre.
Sono carini quei guaritori.
Also, remember this layout.
Potrebbero almeno darci una mano.
This level layout.
Infatti, tutte le volte che c'è da salvare il mondo non c'è mai nessuno. Meno male che ci siamo. Com'è? Non siamo ancora arrivati. E i
This
guardiani
looks
hanno il
familiar,
coraggio di chiamarla
right?
scorciatoia?
Oh, it
Per
is.
fortuna ho capito
Because we can just
come si
basically do
apre
the
la
same.
porta. Ma comunque. Rottami Glut, la scorciatoia fa una nuova deviazione. Ho la sensazione che
Now
tocchi di
the
nuovo a
whoosh.
me.
Best trick in the game. Oh,
Specchio, specchio delle mie brame. Oh no.
whoosh. So we got a boat. The Teensies gave us a boat. How nice. Now we have to go on this boat to the summit beyond the clouds.
Arrivate tardi, Reflux e Andre si sono già imbarcati.
Beh, se riescono a invocare il Leptis, riducono il mondo in fumo.
And I hope to be done with the next part in under an hour.
Prendete la barca e riacciuffateli.
What is really possible to do? So this part is fully RNG.
André, mio piccolo André, veniamo a cercarti.
And the first 5 boats need to be in on the left part, right part, or the front. If I get any boats in the back for this section, I'm gonna be mad. And we're just spamming the like boats. Okay, this is good RNG. So after the first 5 boats, the mayhem starts, and boats start appearing in random places. There can only be up to 2 boats on each side. So we leave 2 boats in the back. It gives us more boats on the other sides. I'm just gonna spam the left and right boat because those are the fastest to smash or to hit. This is still pretty decent RNG. Okay, now it's going. Now it's going. Oh. Also, it's possible to die on this boat, but the chance is really low. Unless you know what you're doing. Or don't know what you're doing, then the chance is high. I always hated this. Back ones.
Arriviamo! Ritroveremo André! Siamo i re del mondo!
All the way on. Because we're the king of the world. Yar. Nice, sub 1. Fuck, you scared me. It doesn't matter. Did we have any problems with my stream dropping out, or? That was my end. My internet, my OBS just borked out, or my internet borked out. No, it was mine, and I couldn't even tell it because it just was my internet was just down. Good. So, to go back to explaining, the thing with this section that we are not allowed to grab any ledges. Oh. Too late. The reason we were not allowed to grab any ledges is because all the tricks stopped working then. But the trick I needed the most was this one, so doesn't matter that much. This that's longer. So next, a really annoying glide walk. Oh, should be thoroughly doable. I'm good at aiming. Yay! Here. Just skip that ring. Supposed to do a strafeless glide walk here. Kill this player. Charge the fist and roll down here because we need one more cage. Kill him. And jump over this cutscene trigger. And when we jump over it, the trigger stays there. We have to jump over it as well when we leave this. Bitch. Grab the... Again. Now, over the trigger. There we go. That's Summit. Fairly easy. And the cage I used to forget as well. Cage number 2. That's this one. And I got it. So we can interrupt these wizards by hitting them and hitting the enemy they're protecting. And some the cage and that enemy are both one hit, so just disappeared. And I see 2 people joining the channel, so I have the feeling they want to say something. And this is actually a good time for it. Oh, okay. I had the feeling something was happening. So about for the snow. Oh yeah. Okay. Once upon a time, there was a guy named Ramon. The thing about this snowboard level is we can't optimize this at all. So this is basically a second part of an auto-scroller. The only thing we can do is make a route of where we want to go to, cut corners, but I don't know how much. So there are 2 more levels coming up, and we are actually on a pretty decent pace. Also, coming up here, we can rip the whole game, and I hope I didn't. There's a thing that can happen here, we call it the pixel, because pixel was the first one. This. And we can push Glowbox out of bounds. And when you push him out of bounds, the game thinks you won the race. We need to win this race to go to the next world. So it basically our snowboard section would lose us 1.5 minutes.
Rayman, puoi mettere il riscaldamento?
I think we can still get a world record. It's gonna be fairly close. Or the way up.
Andrea di là, ne sono certo. Una buona madre sa sempre cosa combina il suo bambino.
Next cages.
Buongiorno. State entrando nel quartier generale di Black Luna.
Here. Exist.
Temperatura
Already.
esterna meno 52. Temperatura interna 36. Ola 2 in aumento.
Oh, ha una voce incredibilmente seducente la signora.
Here. Go here, change the angle a little bit. And get all the way up. And go to east. You don't really see it that well, but those are jabs. Trust me.
State entrando nei magazzini.
I need an audio cue there.
E qui
Land on a specific spot.
collaudano le armi con un
That's gonna be all the way up top, so we can just jump down. Hit this gauge. And now I have to be lucky. This is basically a duck hunt. There we go. Because they can shoot me out of the air, and it's really annoying. Coming up next is another all Teensies exclusive trick, which is really precise and really annoying. It's one of the last tricks in the game, in the run. The tricks that are coming up right now are the most difficult and run breaking. So this game stays difficult for the whole run. What makes it really interesting to do. I really love to run this game. Come on. There we go. Nah, world record is dead. That was really close.
Siete entrati nella fonderia. Posto più caldo di Black Loop.
Strafeless is what I said. Give me a strafeless. Give me a strafeless. Give me a strafeless.
Già che il Leptis sta per andare in cima alla torre. A causa delle strette
Wow!
vi preghiamo di
The strafe. I wanted to explain it after this one because strafeless in this level can give you different outcomes. You have the normal one, you have the push down, you have the out of bounds Majigger-Rigger. Like the out of bounds variety of version of that trick is really rare. I mean like 1 in 25 run. And 1 in, I think, 150 on world record pace. Oh.
A coloro che pensano ancora che Rayman sia più evoluto di me, pongo questa semplice domanda. Avete contato quante volte ha perso Rayman dall'inizio della partita? In ogni caso, certo più di me, visto che io non ho mai subito sconfitte. Conclusione?
Vi trovate attualmente nella sala della macchina.
The horrible machine.
È qui che
Yes, this is skipped.
Il microfono. Chiamate Creepozzi, bloccate tutte le uscite. Rayman non deve toccare la macchina.
We skipped basically everything. And an auto scroller that we can actually if we do it. Yes. Up. For this trick, there are also 3 different outcomes. You have the one that pushes you up, the one that pushes you down, and the one that brings you out of bounds and basically an instant kill. But you can't get out of it. Or no. That almost got really wrong. Because I didn't hit the platform, the game still triggers that the lava should be there. And if you fall down after not reaching that platform, you die. Because all the platforms are under. Last level. This has one really precise trick. We have to do that trick twice. Because we need it once to grab Teensies gauges. We need it for the second time. Get out of the section. Get to the needed this. that cage. And out of my muscle memory, I know we are on the right Teensies count. Because a circle has 6 cages, the last stage has 6 cages. And we need 2 more in this. So, concentration. Okay, that's 1. So the visual cue are these gems.
Devo andare ad inventare il
And we need this one.
Devo andare a suonare il tamburo.
And that's the second one. So 6 more cages left. And 1 more skip, 2 more skips. 1 involves in it. No, I missed it! Oh, that has been a while. I missed it. Oof. Probably because of the angle. So the plan was to hit the blue can at the same time the cutscene triggered. Now I got it. And you can see it because of these black bars. And I can't press this now anymore. I need to kill that guy to spawn the rockets. One. There. Now we have to do a roll here. Those rolls can be really annoying. Go. I go here. Normally we go out of bounds here in any percent, but now we are just dumb. Get cages. Cage number 2.
Devo andare a cantare lassù sulle montagne.
Cage number 3 is going after this section, if I'm not mistaken. Also, I should keep an eye on all the blue cans in this stage because they are still on. I need to still have this power up until end of this section because it helps out a lot. This Teensie gives you a red can. There's the blue can. We jump over it. Yeah. To get more height faster, I'm going to hit the last balloon as well. And 2 more cages. There. And the last one. Luckily I don't have chat because I normally forget this one because I'm looking at chat. Is this one. What now means we have all 60 Teensies cages.
Rayman!
10 more minutes.
Guarda cosa ho trovato!
Sub 30? 30 is dead, so I'm probably thinking that this is going to be a 132. 132 or 133. World record is a really low 120, by the way. So now we're gonna do something fun. Opening this door, going back. It still triggers the cutscene. And it teleports us to this place where we need it. So now, Call of Duty. It's a really weird trick to do first try, but it's still fairly doable. Try. I'm gonna go somewhere else. Who's here? Because this placement is a lot easier. And now we're heading into the boss fight. I can make people sick now by just doing this. And there we are. We're gonna fight Reflux again. Yay!
Reflux, come sei grande e forte!
Sì, Andrei.
Con l'energia del tuo scettro potrò riprodurmi all'infinito!
Coming up. But I like to call the 1, 2, 3 cycle. And basically phase 1 is going to be a 1 cycle, phase 2 is going to be a 2 cycle, and 3 a 3 cycle, or phase 4 a 3 cycle. But it involves a heck ton of magic. We're just gonna bump into Reflux. Ah. Oh, that is kind of. So the point of to bump into the reflex is to do more damage on him. Okay, let's go. First phase. And the second phase is the most annoying. Because I figured to do the mashing in the second phase with my left hand. But it's kinda odd, but it works. And it gives your right hand a rest, a little bit of rest, because you need to do more mashing in the fourth phase. So this part is also gonna be a little bit RNG. I want him to swipe me to the left, because it gives me a little speed boost like that. Was only on a worst place. He needs to do that as much as possible. Like that. Now we have to wait a little. This gauge and. Okay, ow, my hand. That hurt. That's a lot of damage. Damn. I think that's a new record. Phase 1 damage. I did that one on purpose. Because it still swipes you. Good. So 2 more phases left. That's going to be the platform phase and another shooting section. That's like the most mashing in this game. So remember that gun that we had when we did Call of Duty Skip? That was automatic. Now it is semi-automatic. Or burst. It's really, really freaking annoying because we have to mash all the way through it. Watch out for it to Rayman. So there is a really, really small chance that a second Rayman starts appearing. If one of those, and if that Rayman falls down and dies, this Rayman dies as well. And then we have to redo the whole boss. Not just the face, just the whole boss. Final phase. Ready? It's hard to talk and action. We broke the shield, can hit the scepter, and now he needs to heal. He does that by spawning Karen. By spawning Hoodlum. Those where the Hoodlums are is completely RNG. So I have to decide now which route I'm doing. So left or right. Now I decided right just for the reason that there are a lot of Hoodlums in the beginning. So now I can take this whole stack and this one and this one too. If we hit those red orbs, the grenade gets destroyed. We can't get too close to reflux as well. Now we have to mash again. We have to do that Hoodlum phase once more. That's the crucial one. Because we need to get reflux on a certain amount of health, under a certain amount of health. And then we are getting close to the end.
Sentito Rayman, mi ha dato del ritardato.
It's gonna be a tough one. Who knows what? Good. It lost space. Maybe shoot his shields. And we're done. Reflux is dead. So the only thing we have to do the only thing we have left is taunting Andre. Time. Oh. Heck. I said time. 1:32:32. Good. Good. I had a lot of problems in the middle of the run, but overall, good outcome. Well, there's one thing I have to do with the camera, and I want to give a few shoutouts real quick. So, yeah, thank you for having me, by the way. I hold the rules, so that means I got all the 60 Teensies cages. And I want to give a little shout out to the crew from the Rayman community, Textera, the crew from the Tia team, Alexis, and all those runners. Just the full community for just helping me with getting where I am right now. And yeah, have fun watching the marathon. Yep, no problem. Hey. No blue screens. I'm so fun.